This is Bird Dog, and you're listening to Nasty Knuckles.
You're listening to Nasty Knuckles, the Hockey Outlaws podcast, with your hosts, Derek Nasty Settlemyre and former Philadelphia Flyer enforcer Riley Cote, as they go behind the scenes with your favorite NHL players. Time to face off.
All right, welcome back. What is happening, Nasty?
Not much, Riggs. Just recovering a little bit from the great trip we just had in Smashville. Yeah, actually, I feel great. You should feel even better because you slept the whole time. But it was an unbelievable trip. Joe from Fans of Philly, man, this guy's got it dialed in, dude.
100%. I've been talking about it all year, and it did not disappoint.
It did not.
What a city, first of all.
My goodness.
The attention to detail that Joe has for these trips and the amount of planning and just organization. I mean, it is incredible.
It's got to be nerve-wracking too. Like, you got all these people coming in, and he does an unbelievable. The man got up early to see us off onto the bus. Like just every little thing, like you said, he's so detailed, and everything was just smooth as hell, man. And probably not in his head, because he's got to worry about everything. But for us, hey, be here, be there. Everything is perfect. Over 400 plus Flyers fans. Just what a trip, man. It was so good.
A couple good locations there that he found for the parties, the Saturday and the Sunday before the game.
Yep.
Rooftops, sun shining, bands playing.
Some of the boys showed up.
Yeah, a few of the boys showed
hello.
up.
That was really cool of them to drop by up there. And wish we could have got a group picture, but they had to hustle, so we kind of missed that. But it was really cool of them to come have a water in the nice weather. It was a little warm, so.
Yeah, no doubt. Where do you think we're going to go next year, Nast?
I don't know.
Back to Nash? I think we got to go back.
Well, I mean, if wherever Joe tells us we're going, we're going.
Yeah, that's
because either way, it's fun. I mean, even Long Island was fun. When I went, not to put down Long Island, but it was a day trip. But man, it was awesome. But that one we've been waiting on that all year.
100%.
That was amazing. How was your night's sleep there Saturday? You in bed by 6?
6. It was 9:30, Nast. Let's be real.
That's
but it was a long day, man. That party started at 1 p.m.
The night was in diapers at 9:30. You know where you are right now.
Most of those people were just getting going, though.
They were just getting going, man. That place is just hopping it. It's funny. Bird Dog was telling us that when he first got there, all those places weren't there.
I know.
It was just
hard
like
to believe.
Tootsie and a couple other Tootsies and a couple other places. Which that's the first time I've been to Nashville and did not make it into Tootsies.
That's a good point.
I never, and that's usually my favorite spot.
Usually the first place we go.
But I thought Sunday night after the game, we were Honky Tonk Central.
Yes.
That band, the first band that was there, they were awesome, playing mostly rock and roll.
Yeah, they
which
were,
I'm more of a rock guy, but country was good too. But so much fun, man, so much. And the game was good. Boys lost.
Yeah, it was a really good game. I thought it was entertaining.
It was entertaining.
Some goals, some scoring chances, a couple tillies.
Yes.
Unfortunately, just couldn't hang on in the third period there.
Just
but
try to get to overtime at least. To
I
get
know,
that
it was
point,
so close.
Right? But Roman Yossi, what a player. We talked about that, man. What a play he made there to Geno, and but it wasn't a greatest trip for the Flyers. 1-3 on the whole trip, but they're playing hard.
Yeah, and then we'll drop the other game or last night against the Mini, and I think the only highlight there was Seals. Scrapping with Delorier. What a tilly. Wow. Guy's got balls, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Nick Delorier is no joke.
He is no joke.
Off like that and go toe to toe and cut him open like that. It was impressive.
I know, man. And they were chucking.
Oh,
there was no holding on there. That was old school.
That was old school. You don't see that very often.
That was Riggedy Riles days.
Riggedy Riles,
30 cakes. Just hitting each other in the face as hard as you can.
Yeah,
that sounds like fun.
The face punching contest.
No, thank you.
And Big Mac McEwen there, all
he got
jacked
fired up.
I
love it. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, it's always nice to see that kind of stuff. Again, it's showing some heart, showing something at the end of the day. They know they're out of it, and it's a long rest of the season. It's
not fun.
It's not fun. So to show fight and to show some heart like that is nice to see for the fans. Anyways,
for sure it is.
And recently, Nasty, are you liking the microdose THC caps?
I'll tell you what, just right here.
Yeah.
Just smooth sailing, clear thinking. Love it.
2.5 milligram caps from Grassroots have been a nice little addition to the regimen.
It has.
Thanks to our friends at Cureleaf, cureleaf.com. Big supporters of ours.
Yes.
But reeling in the micro, reeling in the predictability of the outcome of what you're tapping into. So I think the smaller dose has been nice, right, Nast?
Yes, for sure, 100%.
Cool. Well, this episode 68 is brought to you by our friends at Cureleaf, cureleaf.com. Check them out. Your medical marijuana dispensary, and I think we're ready to rock here, Nast.
Let's do it. 68.
Scott Hartnell, 68. Here we go.
Bird Dog.
Welcome back. I'm Riley Cote.
And I'm Derek Settlemyre, and this week we have the first guest ever back for number 68. He said it's a tribute of Jaromir Jagr because they were great teammates and great line together. Mr. Scott Hartnell. What's up, bro?
Great. Thanks for having me, guys. I wanted to skip 68 and go straight to 69, but
me too.
you guys won't let me do it. So.
No.
Baller said no.
No.
So, no.
You're 68.
68, baby. How you doing, bro?
Good. Life is good. Waiting for the weather to warm up a little bit. 70 degrees and then back down to 30. It's not, not that much fun. But
we went from golfing to now back in a parka. It's not fun.
You're looking good.
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
you're looking good,
Got
man.
the pastels going. I love it.
Yeah,
Love
thank
the
you.
perp shoes. You better get those.
Yeah.
Pick those up.
old things.
Oh, what?
Look fast.
Loops. Bird Dog, man. You're doing it all. NHL Network, NBC, man. You're doing a great job, brother. Seriously. You enjoying it?
I do. It's being involved in the sport that I love. You know what I know about, and NHL Network. You got to kind of know the whole league, which is good. Like you kind of watch games that the Flyers aren't in it, and doing the NBC stuff in Philly. It's fun with Taryn and Al, and try and keep the show loose and try and add my insight on what's going on this year. It's been a tough year, as we all know, and you don't want to be too harsh on kids, on the veterans or whatever, but it's just it's tough, but brighter days ahead.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Like, especially for you, you're not too far removed, and some of the guys still on the team. And I watch I watch a lot of hockey too. I'm a nerd, so I watch a lot of games. And sometimes you hear the announcers just burying their own guys, and you would never do that anyway. You're a former player, you respect everyone, but sometimes it's hard because you got to point out the mistakes.
Yeah, you got to criticize, at points, right? You don't want to just harp on one guy or this guy's always turning it over. This guy can't get pucks deep. And my mom always gave me good advice. She goes, just remember, somebody's mom's watching.
Yeah, right. That's a good point.
And when my parents were watching me, and say it was like Pittsburgh, they could only get the Pittsburgh feed, right? And are like, oh, this Hartnell's so dirty out there. What a criminal, And my mom, would not get upset, but she'd be mad. She's like, so always remember, somebody's mom watching you. You can criticize, but don't cross that line.
Right.
So
Yeah.
good advice. I
yeah.
thought.
Yeah, it is. It's tough. I don't think we ever had a year like the Flyers have had the last couple, but it's not easy when things are going that way, and it just kind of snowballs, and you feel bad for the guys. You hear people, oh, they're not trying. They're trying. Everyone's always trying, but it's just you kind of feel for them.
Yeah, they're trying. Just it's like it's not just one thing that's going wrong.
That's it.
But it's like it happens every night, right? Like there's something different. It's not like the common theme of, I know their power play stinks and their PK has given up a lot of goals, but those are maybe fixable things. But it's just like a weird bounce here or a turnover by this guy who normally doesn't do it, or a fluky bounce that goes in. And it's like every night it's like, okay, you almost, and when you get that mindset and that feeling, it's like, what's going to happen tonight?
Oh, yeah.
And then you sit
waiting
back,
for it.
Waiting for, disaster to come, and why does it come?
It comes.
Yeah.
I mean, outside the injuries, what are your thoughts on the current situation of the Flyers? I mean, outside of the...
Yeah, it's, I think aggressive retool, that's what Chuck Fletcher said. And, they're obviously, I think they're going to go try and get some of the free agents, whether it's Forsberg or Gaudreau or whoever it might be to come in. And not sure if Claude Giroux is coming back, to fill that void of that kind of a high-end player. But,
right.
Young guys, they got to, get these guys in and show Flyers management, show the fans what they're all about and see what they have. And if you don't have much, then you got to look someplace else, whether that be the draft or whatever, right? So
Right.
it's a hard time for everyone, and Danny B's just got in,
Yep.
Yeah.
and looking to see what he brings to the table for that leadership group in the front office. So. I wish it's easy to be like, oh yeah, let's get rid of this guy. This
Yeah,
guy,
I know,
bring this
right?
guy.
Easy.
It's you can try and say those things, but it's harder than you think.
For sure.
I was gonna say, like, put your GM hat on. What do you think is the number one thing? Like, to me, like, obviously replacing a superstar like Claude. If you can't get him back, I don't know if they have the plans, but I mean, what are the other things besides the obvious?
Well, I think you look at the best teams, and they have the best players on their team are their defensemen.
Yeah.
Like you look at Tampa Bay, it's Hedman. You look at Nashville, it's Yossi, Makar in Colorado,
Right.
Fox in New York, right? I don't think the Flyers have that elite guy. The Sanheim's been great. He's showed me a lot actually last probably month and a half. Provy's been okay, a little bit of a down year. I think he can get back to where he is. Ryan Ellis has been hurt.
Right.
He's a huge
Who?
stabilizer. Yeah.
No, I feel bad saying
No,
that.
I know
'cause poor
it's
bastard.
it's tough.
No, I
but,
feel bad for him.
I think you need to shore up that defensive mindset and kind of start from there and work your way out. Carter Hart's been unbelievable.
Yeah,
from
he
last
has
year,
been.
right? It
Sure.
was,
Yes.
I feel bad from last year, and I feel bad from this year because they're not scoring in front of him, and
Yeah.
he's kicking like
Yeah,
he
he
can,
is,
right?
yeah.
So.
Do you see them make any moves in the coaching position?
I think Mike Yo's done a great job.
Yep.
Interim, it's never easy coming when it's a big shit show. Really, you
Yeah.
walk
Yeah.
in, they're losing 10 straight, and you come in and try and fix it, and then they, winless in 12 or 13, whatever it was, and I think he's saying the right things. I think the guys have a good rapport with him.
Yeah.
But that's over my pay grade too, right?
Yeah, I know,
right?
I don't know if you want to bring in somebody who's a hard ass or someone who's a player's coach, like all that kind of stuff. But I think he's saying the right things, and I think guys have played fairly solid in front of him.
I think they have too, and by talking to a lot of the guys, they all do really like him. You can tell they play hard for
Yeah.
him. You also have to remember too that he inherited the team with all these injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for anyone to think he was going to step in and they were, going to win right away, it's tough because you're missing so many players. I mean, we've talked about this a million times, but they have played harder for sure since he took over.
100%. I think I don't know, maybe AV checked out, kind of
Yeah.
beginning of the year, and I don't think his care level was there for the team and trying to fix things and teach. I think Yo's done a great job of teaching these young
Yeah.
kids.
It's more of a teacher, right?
Yes, yeah. But yeah, if you lose, Couture's been hurt most of the year,
Yeah.
so that's 20, 30 goals and 60, 70 points. Not Jimmy Hayes. Kevin
Yeah,
Hayes.
Kevin
sorry.
Hayes twice. Yeah.
He's been injured. He's
Yeah.
been playing great since
Yeah,
he's
he
been
actually
healthy.
looking better now. Yeah.
Who else is there? Ryan Ellis. Obviously, that's
Yeah.
probably one of the biggest injuries to shore up that.
Well,
blue
you were
line,
missing
but
Brassard too, who actually has played really well
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%.
For the
He
Flyers.
was great. Frost was hurt for
Yeah,
probably
Frosty.
2 months, and Farabee too as well. Another
Yeah.
guy that was kind of in and out, and just with the shoulder injury. So
That's right.
it's frustrating if you keep all those guys healthy. That's
Oh, yeah,
at
100%.
least
I
a
think
goal or
it's-
two more
yeah.
a game, right?
And even Ellis, I mean, to play 4 games, you bring him in here kind of to play with Provorov, and which
Yeah.
I think Provy has but you can't make Provy won't make excuses, but nothing against Bronner either. But Bronner, I don't think Bronner even wants to play that many minutes. When he's playing with Provy. But either way, it would have helped a lot.
Oh,
to have-
100%.
I mean,
What did he have? 5 points in 4 games.
Yeah, I mean-
Yeah.
I think it is. So he's
the guy could play,
pretty
but
decent.
I don't know. It was after the first time you were on because it's been a while. But Ellis kind of reminded me a little bit of Chemo in the fact that he's not a huge guy, but plays like he's that big. Going back, I remember Chemo used to go back for pucks and just get absolutely crushed, and you're just like, dude, you're basically our best player. Like, what are you doing, man? Who cares if you pull up and try to poke it? It's Chemo, but that's not the way Ellis plays. He goes back.
He's very similar to Chemo,
Yeah.
and he's not afraid to block shots.
Yeah, right.
Especially penalty killing, right? He's always
Yeah.
in that lane. He thinks the game's so smart, probably smarter than any guy on the team, where he knows where to put that stick for the backdoor pass. He knows where guys are behind him.
Yeah.
He makes that first pass, which is so huge for defensemen to get the puck in your forwards. And that's one thing that the Flyers are lacking is that first pass from a defense
Yeah.
to a
Yeah.
forward.
100%.
Like, best players are your young, speedy forwards. Like, get the
Yeah.
puck up there. Don't try
Yeah.
to do everything yourself. The best defensemen in the league, Prongs and
Yep.
Chemo, that it was always Will and Net on the tape
Boom.
gone.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, they're just struggling in that regard.
Yeah, I know for sure. We talked about G just a little bit there. You were at the 1,000th game there. Talk about G moving and then the potential of him maybe coming back, or where you see him falling in the offseason.
You guys know G
obviously
better than anyone, and me being on his line. Got me a big contract.
Right.
Thank you, Claude. Thanks, Claude.
Well, I was going to say, I thought it was the other way around. I thought she was thanking you after that. What a year. But
yeah, it's a tough situation, right? I knew he wanted to stay here. His heart's here in Philadelphia. His head's here in Philadelphia. His family's here, and he basically turned into a man and a father, and so all these things. He doesn't want to leave. If it was, even 10 more wins on his team, he'd still be here, right? He'd still be the captain. And but for him too, I was telling him, I'm like, dude, go chase it. There's nothing wrong with that. Be selfish and pick your team or teams that you can go to. I know he had a lot of power in that regards, but he's on an unbelievable team, unbelievable lineman. That Barkov, I was
no kidding
last night, and he was just, man, this guy is so filthy.
The other day too.
Oh yeah, so happy for him to go, and if his chapter ends here and that's the story in Philadelphia, so be it. And if he goes somewhere else, it's you can't really be mad at the guy, but I'm sure they'd welcome him back with open arms, and so we'll see what happens. You hear going back to Ottawa, staying down in sunny Florida, that ain't bad. That ain't bad.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's funny that I heard Verhaeghe was interviewed, and he was asked about Claude, and he couldn't say one bad thing. Obviously, he's like, this guy is an unbelievable player. Obviously, we knew that playing against him, but now playing with him, his vision, he's like, I feel so lucky I'm playing with Barkov and Giroux. He goes, I can't even believe it. But
hopefully his contract's up.
Right?
I know. I said, we were kidding around. I said, G get close to 20 games, he might get 40 points playing with those guys. Seriously, with his eyes closed. He has, I think, 5 and 4 games. He was held scoreless there in Toronto the other night, but they're 3-1 since he got there. Bob, see what Bob's got in the playoffs. That's
hopefully he can get it done. That's the only knock against him. A couple Vezinas and leading almost in every category during the regular season.
Right.
The playoffs hit, and it might be a mental thing. So
he has a lot of. Yeah, sorry.
Just hopefully that works out for him. You need a goalie to get to the finals 100%. And win, right? Look at Vasilevsky. He's been the best netminder the last 2 years, and they win 2 cups.
Yeah, no doubt.
Exactly.
When you talk about G, you think of his passing skills and his vision, but most people that we've had on here have talked about his competitiveness. I mean, you've seen it in practice and in games. Can you talk a little about that? Because I think the fans don't understand how much this guy wants it.
He competes not only in hockey on face-offs, like in life too. It's like my son right now. He's like, I beat you, Dad. We're just running to bed and read a book, or we're running up the driveway. I beat
Snipes,
you.
Wesley Snipes, my boy.
But that's G. He wants to beat you in arm wrestling and basketball and 2-touch before the game, and he just competes in every aspect of life. And one of his points was at the end of a game, they were down a goalie, wins the draw back, and Barkov shoots and scores, right? So he competes, and he's so good in those face-offs, and you can tell the Flyers missed that face-off guy. I think it was Colorado when they won 3 face-offs, boom, it was in your net. So it's those little things in a game that you don't really think, or you take advantage, and then it's gone, take it for granted, and then it's gone. You're like, damn, we missed this guy. We need a face-off.
No kidding.
That's exactly what we've talked about, the little things that he does that maybe just a regular fan, they don't understand that. Like the other night when we were in Nashville with our guys from Fans of Philly. Great trip, by the way, but in Nashville, Smashville.
Yep.
Some of us took advantage and went to bed early. But anyway, we'll get on that later. I'm kidding. They had a couple face-offs late in the game, and remember I said to you, I think we lost 3 in a row. I could be wrong on the number, but I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, I remember a few weeks ago, I don't know if you were working the game, Bird Dog, but I had seen G do it before. The face-off's on the opposite side, and I think who had left, he went to take it, and they got kicked out, so G turns the stick around and went straight back it was nobody's back. I've seen him do that
He's so strong, you know what I mean? You look at him with his shirt off or on the street, and he's like you, skinny. Yeah. Skinny white boy.
Lean and ripped.
Lean and ripped? Is that what you meant?
But he is, right?
And
he's just got that farmer strength. And he's good at arm wrestling, too.
But you know what? We were talking about this, too, and I think I heard you talk about this a few weeks ago. Your first game back into Philly, you went to bump him, and he saw he did the
yeah.
old force, and he got you. And I remember, like, I'm like, you can't do that to Bird Dog. And you were pissed,
But
though.
he knew
You
I
were
would-
laughing
oh.
at you were like, F you, G. And I'm
So
like, I don't blame
went right
you.
over and ran him like 3 seconds later. The puck was still in the corner. I'm like, you're not going to get the best of me. I thought you'd take it easy on me, bastard.
Oh, I know. He used to get guys with that all. I think people kind of aware of his strength now. But, man, you see him knock a guy down of your size, you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah, if you don't expect it, anyone can really get you.
Yeah.
But I didn't think he'd do it to me.
Yeah,
But
right.
he did.
He did.
What did you think on the return that the Flyers got for the trade? Were they handcuffed? I mean, or it was like he chose the team, so they knew what the hand was?
Yeah,
or?
I think Chuck did a great job. You got a first rounder. I know it's in 2042,
Yeah.
but
Elvis, is that Elvis's year?
strong draft that year.
yeah. So no, all kidding aside, you get Owen Tippett. I think he's looked pretty solid.
Yeah.
He's kind of a little snake bitten. I think he had 2 or 3 posts in his first couple games. So I think he'll be all right. And I don't know. It's first rounder and a fourth rounder, something like that too. So it is what it is. I think I'm not sure if there was many choices out there where G wanted to go.
Well,
but,
that's it, right?
If he was handcuffed, you look at the return. It's like that's not bad.
bad. Yeah.
Well, I think he deserves to go wherever he wants to go, to be honest. Some people are like, well, he shouldn't have done this for the team.
Well, I was saying to him, like, what's wrong with Colorado? They got like the best defenseman in the league,
Right.
True. Right through their whole decor is darn good,
Yeah.
and their forwards are unbelievable. I'm like, well, centering McKinnon and Rantanen while Landeskog's out, that's some
bad.
heat. That's
Yeah,
some heat.
right.
But
A little warmer
it's-
down in Florida.
I think
huh?
it's, yeah,
Just
maybe
want
it's
a little
warmer.
sun.
Maybe it's
Want a little
warmer.
sun.
Yeah. Well, the Rockies aren't that bad this time of year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that's true.
I remember we were there years ago when Yogs was with us. Remember we went to the football game, Tom Brady?
Yep.
And it was the preacher. Why can't I think of his name?
Tebow.
Yeah,
Tebow.
Tebow. Yeah, he
Tebow.
played. Tebow. Tebow. That's Debo, Archie. No, but we went to that game, and it was beautiful. We had that suite, but it was so nice out. Next day, it's just snowing like crazy.
That was awesome. Yeah.
No,
Good times.
Yeah, it was good times.
We want to talk about Nashville. What a city, first of all. What a city, first of all.
Unbelievable.
Not bad.
I saw a few Heartsy jerseys there.
Oh yeah,
A couple
bird dogs.
old school
Oh
ones?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Saw a couple
Flyers
Rick
and-
Bone. Saw a couple Richards. Had to message him. He goes, they're still out there. I said, I see a Rick Bone every game. At least one time a game, I see a Rick Bone.
Yeah.
But there were some bird dog jerseys.
Yeah,
for
Flyers
sure.
and Nash. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's a great city. It's totally changed, like the atmosphere, the energy in that stadium. And I don't know if it's like from those new yellow jerseys, but everyone wanted that yellow one. They had the mustard yellow.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
there, but then now they're, I don't know, electric yellow, whatever you want to call it. But
Yeah.
it's just like the sea of yellow, and the people are all hammered from honky tonking
Oh,
for
yeah.
4 hours
Yeah.
already. So there's
So
just
much
lots of
fun,
lead
man.
up to it, and it's just an absolute wild atmosphere, just like Vegas too. Vegas is off the charts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that arena there is probably my favorite. Besides
Vegas.
MSG, I just like MSG because it's MSG, but
Yeah.
Vegas is fun, man.
Yeah.
They're rocking in there. But a funny story for you, Bird Dog. So we're fans of Philly, the whole crew. We're up
How many?
400 plus. There were
400,
400,
wow.
yeah. So it's funny how Nashville tries to not let visiting people
Yeah.
come to their game. To me, you just want to sell as many tickets as you can. Anyway, we all got in, but they seat you.
They sprinkle them around the rink, right?
So they're not a big group, right? Anyway, just a guy and a girl sitting beside us, and well, a couple families to our left, and then this young kid, I'd say under 30.
Yeah. Totally decked out in
Totally
Predator
decked
gears.
out. He's got the new Smashville jersey on. His girlfriend's decked out. And I say to them, they've got these little, they were giving away
Fang
this.
fing-
the
fang fingers?
Yeah.
So I got, Elvis thought that was the greatest gift I've ever given him. Like, "Yeah, thank you so much. I'm going to make you something. This is the best thing. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. I'll start getting you foam fingers instead of buying you $90 shoes, you little rat. But anyway, they're beside us, and they're decked out. So I'm like, oh, they're season ticket holder, whatever. So I'm like, hey, a dumb question. What is this? And the guy goes, I have no idea.
Oh, you didn't know?
I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, it's our first game, man. And I'm like,
So they came in and dropped
Hey, but-
$500 on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
so
Head
listen
to
to
toe.
this. So listen to this. So I guess it was around after the first
After
period.
the first, yeah.
I mean, your name was never really said. This guy says to me, hey, is that Riley Cote? And I said, Cote. And he goes, I thought that was him. And I'm
way.
like, didn't you see your first game? Where are you from? And he says, Alabama.
Yeah,
I think
Alabama.
originally Alabama.
Oh, where is this coming from?
But listen. So I'm like, oh, yeah, Riles. You know, and he shakes his hand, and he says, how did you know who I was? He goes, dude, I played you on PlayStation, and you were always fighting. And I thought, I'm like, how can
What a
you
way to get recognized.
I know.
I would never
Insane.
recognize him from place, but it was so funny. But the guy was honest as hell. Like, he was just like so excited. Pictures, went and bought pucks for him to sign.
Oh, that's
It
the
was-
weirdest thing
it
from a
was- they were
video
awesome
game like
people.
12
Hey, you still
years
got
ago.
it, right?
Oh, yeah,
You still got
exactly.
it.
So if he's listening, they're watching because he's subscribed and
Yeah.
everything. But it was really nice meeting them. But it was just the funniest thing
That's
I've ever
cool.
heard.
Totally random.
Yeah.
Totally random. Well, not to mention the guy to my left
Yeah,
was
from Kansas City.
Yeah, from Well, he's originally from Philly,
Yeah.
lives in Kansas City. Flyers fan since
Were
'72.
you wearing your Riley Cote jersey? Is that why they recognized you?
Yeah, right. Telling the world.
No.
They had no idea who I was. You know, this random
guy
dude
didn't
just
know.
Yeah.
recognized me from a PlayStation
Well, as
game.
soon
He's
as he
like,
said his name,
Yeah.
the guy went nuts. He realized who he was, and he was like, "Didn't you weigh like 70 pounds more?" Because he's down to 160 now.
Yeah.
160.
It's not
Soaking
185.
wet.
Yeah,
182,
soaking
Nast.
wet.
182. Get it right.
With the bun.
With the
Oh,
bun. Well,
that's
that's
a little
2
heavier.
pounds.
Oh,
a little
that's
2
what
But it
pound
was
bun.
just
Sorry.
funny meeting those. They were just nicest people, and it was funny how the one kid and the other guy was going crazy.
But the fans are awesome there. They all have like their chants like on
When
cue.
they
They're all-
score, Jones,
Yeah.
all your
Yeah,
fault.
it's
It's all your
right.
fault. We're gonna beat the hell out of you.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, they're all synced up and ready to rock. They love it, man.
It was funny too, Bird Dog. I know. Well, you played in Nashville, but being in Philly, sometimes you go out just for a quick dinner, and it could turn in that
Into a
place.
late one?
It turned into a really late one, and the boys in the first period of that game. 3 goals on 5 shots.
Oh,
but
yeah, it
you're
was a
like
tough start.
Nashville's all over me. Like, boys might have stayed out a little bit later than they wanted, but you know what? They played hard. And, it
was a good game.
Third period was actually a really good game. I'm not sure if you were working that game.
No,
but-
I watched
Oh,
it,
you,
but then,
okay.
Yossi, like his
Yeah.
pass at the end.
Oh,
like,
my God.
my
what a
God.
play.
ridiculous. So that's what I mean. That guy
One
is
play.
so good,
Yeah.
and he can just turn a game on himself and just take it over. And
Yes.
just like the vision, the shot pass, and then that Tanner's, a couple of good tillies there.
Oh,
too.
Yeah, right,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
It was a really,
really good
strong game.
tilts.
Even was it Nashville's first goal? Yossi carried the puck in all the way around the
all
net,
the way around the net,
composure,
yeah.
and then just threw it on net,
Yeah.
and the line up getting deflected. But yeah, you say you have a guy like that carrying the mail.
And it's weird, those guys too, they get so much respect, like Panarin in Rangers. If you watch him, like no one goes at him because
Right.
he knows
Yeah.
that they're going to get danced, right? So he comes across the blue line, pulls up,
Dancing.
and anyone comes near him, they back
Yep.
up some more. You know what I mean? Like if that's me or you, Riggs, carrying the puck in,
Oh.
it's full court press. Right? Stick on puck.
Oh,
throw
yeah,
over,
yeah.
the other way.
It's
Minus.
like I always
Yeah.
say that about Patrick Kane too. Like
Yeah,
he
that's another guy, yeah.
literally. Could you imagine getting to play your whole career coming over the blue line and guys not jumping at you? I mean, I'm used to it in men's league. It's a little different there. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
The
right.
Guys jump right on me. They see me with it. But yeah, you're right, man. Like he had the. I said to Riles in the first period, like this guy's so good.
Oh,
He's
man.
such a good hockey player. But
have a guy carrying the mail like that
Oh.
helps things out a little
just
bit.
the easiest load for everyone.
Oh,
right?
my
And,
God.
I'm not sure who he's playing with, his D partner, but he's probably just sitting back, just
yeah,
eating some popcorn. Yeah, you just go around the net
Yeah,
a couple
yeah,
times,
yeah.
throw out a net. I'll take the
got you.
plus.
Yeah.
I'll take the plus.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
what a year that kid's having.
Oh
man.
yeah, good Saskatchewan boy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah, heavy guy, and just watching a couple of their games lately, just kind of leading up to the Preds. Man, he's fiery. He's
Mucking
hitting.
it up
Yeah,
there,
he is.
too.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. He mucks it up.
Yeah, it was nice to see. We recently had Ville Leino on. Did you get a chance to see him when he's
Billy
in town?
Bano, yeah, I saw him up in the press box.
Oh,
you?
good.
Color
Okay.
the one game, saw he was up there and just chatting with him. Same jokes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, you've used the same material since I knew you in 2010. He's like, shut up, Hartsey. But it was good to see his face. Danny was up there too. We got a picture.
Oh yeah, I
together,
saw
us
the
three,
picture.
so-
That was awesome.
Danny
I
B?
think we may have posted that. I think Baller did. That was awesome. I don't think I was there that game. I missed that one. I was there at the next one.
He's
but-
doing pretty well though. Huh? With
Oh,
his
yeah.
clothing
God, it's
line and
unbelievable.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's loving it, man. He's found his groove, post hockey, and
We talked with him a lot
Still getting
about.
paid, I'm sure, by Buffalo.
Probably is. Would he get 8 goals for the first year for $10 million? Not a bad deal, Ville.
And 0 the next 50.
It's 0. Well, it's kind of hard with Teddy Nolan's your coach and
Yeah.
put you on the 4th line. Guy, I said you should have dropped
Love
your
you,
mitts.
Billy.
Yeah, of course.
You should have dropped your mitts, Ville. But we talked about you and Danny and him, how right away the chemistry, I mean, it just clicked, and it was insane, actually. You guys, to me, I was saying, we were talking about, I thought you guys were our number one line. Felt like every time you're on the ice, something was happening.
It's weird with chemistry with guys. Like, I didn't want to carry the puck up the ice, and when I played with G and Yogs, those guys just wanted the puck, and I would pass it to them. Not that I was scared of the puck, but just like, I'll give it to you guys can make plays. And I'll go to the net, or I'll go to the slot, and I'll muck it up and screen goalies, and so that kind of stuff. Where with Danny and Ville, the same thing. They wanted that puck. They could make plays. They could sneak out of the corners. Beat guys 1-on-1, and same thing. I was in front, or I was creating a turnover myself, and it was just we all kind of right from the get go kind of knew where everyone's strengths were, right? And if you don't have that chemistry on top couple lines, you're not going to get chances. You're not going to score goals. Not going to get points. But that was a very, very fun year. Honestly.
Oh my God! And the funny thing is he doesn't even get in the lineup if Jeff doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
If Jeff, he's not even playing. He'd
be playing two passes with me.
He's playing two passes with him and Joey Mullen.
Yeah.
He's getting him primed up, ready to go.
Cotsy and G. Cotsy.
Cotsy over to Cotsy. Up to Chemo. Back to
good.
Hotsy.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. We talked about that with Ville, because it was wild how quickly it worked for you guys, and you just brought that up about G and Yogs. Like, there's another. It just must be you. It's the chemistry you bring to a line, because
you got him in another contract there.
Yeah. A couple guys have some career years with myself.
Not a big
so
deal.
not to
Just
toot
the
my
bird
own horn.
dog.
It's the catalyst over there. You talk about Danny B. How far off is Danny B till he'll be the next Flyers general manager?
I don't know. I think he's kind of worked his way up, right? He was shadowing Homer for a few years, working with the East Coast, the Maine Mariners. I think
Great
they're called,
job
right?
there.
Yeah,
Great
just
job,
kind
man.
of starting that thing from scratch, basically,
Yeah,
right? And coaches
for sure.
and learning that whole grind, and working with Chris Drury with the Rangers. So he's kind of had that. GM experience, I guess you could say, just kind of talking to other teams or whatever, and now kind of Chuck's right hand man, I would say, and being in this first trade deadline, getting on the phones and calling people, hey, what about this or that? Like, it'd be cool to do that. I haven't talked to him since the trade deadline, but just give me an inside scoop on it, like a fly on the wall.
Right.
Not that I would tell anybody, but it just that stuff is so cool. And to get back to your question, I don't know. It'll be see what happens.
Yeah, you just got to see what happens.
Special assistant though.
Well, it's basically your the 1-2 combination, right?
For sure.
Yeah, I was glad they.
Nice
I
name.
think that was a good move to do that. Because sooner or later Danny was gonna get a job, and it could have been this coming
you almost got
summer.
the Montreal one.
Yeah.
Well, that's
right?
yeah, exactly.
So you promote them, you don't want to lose them, and then who knows what happens in a couple years? Maybe they turn this thing around, and they just kind of work hand in hand. Chuck and Danny B.
Yep.
Sneaky B.
Sneaky.
He is sneaky.
He's a sneaky little guy.
I was recently watching a little back and forth with you and Kobe Armstrong.
Yes. Yeah.
Lloyd Minister.
Yeah.
Your hometown there, and you mentioned your first NHL game that you seen live. I think you're 14 or 15 years old. Was that the moment that you were like inspired, or not? Maybe not inspired, but it was the moment you realized like playing in the NHL could be a reality?
Yeah, I was in an agent that was trying to woo me, and my folks, they brought us up, in the suite and whatever, and I'm pretty sure it was the Avalanche and Oilers. So they're big rivalries, and I'm like, wow, this is Forsberg and Sakic, and those guys are playing. I'm like, this is nuts. Like, I can't, and just full building, and I haven't been out of minor hockey rinks that seat like 30 people, right? So you're in Northlands Coliseum, and you're just like, wow. And never forget just like how cool that was, right? And I didn't know if it was that night been like that I want to be a hockey player, but I just love playing hockey, and that's I wasn't thinking about contracts or $1 million this or that when you're 14, 15 years old, but 17, 18, when I played in the NHL, I'm like, oh, geez, I just signed for $1 million.
What was Wild Bill thinking when you guys were there? Did he go with you to the game?
Oh, yeah.
He had been to games, I'm sure. Or
no?
no?
Probably
no,
not.
Really?
No. Well, small town, we didn't have much money to do those kind of trips or whatever.
Well,
but
it is expensive.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it was just like driving up and, kind of talking about the the lead up of the game, and then driving back talking about all the plays, just like we do for our games, right? You'd be like, oh, Dad, what should I have done, on this play or whatever, minor hockey games. And so we always had a good relationship where I'd always call him after the game on the back of the bus or on my way home. So those are the times, you miss the things about hockey, those calls,
Yep.
Put my dad on speakerphone, and Chemo's there and Boucher's there, and I'm like, hey, Dad, what do you think of the game tonight? Oh, Scotty, you played hard there. You ran into a hot goalie the first couple periods, but then you just let her loose there. Just so Canadian, right? And Chemo's dying like laughing.
So Canadian.
A couple beers in, maybe, at the back of the bus.
Wild Bill.
Wild Bill, he's awesome.
Oh,
man.
that's amazing.
Good man.
But you were at 14, 15. You were a man child already, right? I mean, you were playing junior hockey.
Yeah, I played 15. I was playing junior A hockey against 20-year-olds, and just kind of learning the game. And bigger guy than I was 6'2" when I was probably 14, right? So
you're well on your way.
You guys wouldn't have known me. You guys wouldn't have known me if I was 6'2".
So I don't know. Just was always a good skater, with kids my age. So I kind of moved up there, and playing against big boys, you kind of learn how to protect yourself, you learn how to hit, you learn how to fight.
Right.
And then when we were in PA, it was same kind of deal. You're playing with obviously against better players, playing with better players, and Milan Kraft and Michael Civic. So it's just a cool ride with everything, right? You think back, sure yourself, Riggs. You too, Nasty, like all the stories and road trips and from when you started, with your dad, and it's just like what a ride.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you were quarterback in the power play there at 16 years old in Prince Albert.
I was
Fucking 80
wild. I'm like,
points.
what am I doing back here?
Ho, ho.
Yeah. Well, it worked out for you, brother.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Who do you got winning the cup this year?
I was thinking about it. I thought you guys might ask me that.
Yeah.
I want to say the Flames. For some reason, they look so good. They're so deep. They're a tough team.
Yeah.
But
Playoff type team, right? Like hard.
Yep.
Hard.
And
team.
then my other sneaky team would be Nashville. Actually, that Soros can kick. If he is a league goaltender, if he can kind of win them a couple games every round, I think they got some firepower up front too. So I don't know. I'll take those two from the West. I want a Western Conference team to win instead of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Well, I want Florida to win, obviously. For G,
yes.
But I like Calgary for some reason. Just
every time I look, it's
I
like
know.
10. It's 11-5.
I know.
They win the 2-1 games. I think they won last night 2-1. So it's I don't know. You play that kind of hockey, and Sutter's got them dialed in, and everyone's on the same page. I love Matthew Tkachuk, his game. He's just
God.
Absolute.
Would he be a
out
great
there.
flyer?
Oh,
I mean, he's one of those
He's
players. He would be a great flyer. The way he plays the game.
Water bottles, guys.
Oh,
You like those? We got our own water.
Not a big deal. Oh, it's just the water company. That's the water. Elvis dipped them right before you got here.
Like the stench of it.
Hearts, we want to ask you about this stick technology. See what your thoughts are.
I'm actually going to meet here next week.
Are you?
Are you?
No
Oh,
way. Sweet. Yeah. So
Headquarters.
we've been working with TOVI for a couple years now, and
Saw that you use this during the game.
yeah, alumni. I've been using it for I guess almost a year now.
Yeah.
A little bit over a year, but you've been using it a little bit longer than us.
I'm gonna give us one of my samples of a stick and go there and shoot some pucks.
Oh,
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, you'll be that puck. Like Provy's has a few in his hand right now, and I watched him shoot.
I wonder why you didn't score any goals in the NHL.
Because I wasn't using the TOVI.
Curve. No, I'm talking about your curve.
Oh no, it wasn't the curve.
He scored one. He scored one
Yeah, you're right.
with the green gobs. The
green goblin.
Oh, that's cool. It's pretty cool technology.
It is.
It
Yeah.
really is.
I'd like to try it myself and be like, yeah, this is unbelievable. So I can't wait to head over there.
Yeah. Cool. I'm glad you're going to check it out.
The blades are we had him on the show. He kind of described it, but the blades, they don't go weak. Like
That's the only problem, right? Like with me, you give me a new stick every game.
Every game, yeah.
And just and use it in practice, the next day, and literally
blades
couldn't hit the net because it was too weak.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, if that's the biggest thing for it then, and obviously it's lighter too.
Yeah, it's lighter and the I don't know. Sorry. with a normal stick, it's a foam core wrapped. Well, this is solid carbon. I mean, that's why it doesn't get weak, and the puck just.
Does it give you a little bit more pop?
Oh man,
It really does.
It
Yeah,
does?
yeah. I think just wrapping your head around, not taping the stick in the holes,
Yeah.
but outside of that, like the feel of it, I was like really surprised when
You get
Nasty.
snow caught in there or anything like that?
No, not at all. No,
I guess
no.
you just like smack it anyway, just to
Yeah.
clear it through anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to try it.
I think you'll be shocked at the feel of it. It's actually. I mean, I'm.
Well, you got mitts
I
now.
suck.
You're a
I suck,
player.
but- no, I'm really not. But it does feel unbelievable. It's a great stick.
Yeah, so
I'll give you the update.
yeah,
All right.
looking forward to see your thoughts there on that. But I know you gotta get rocking. You get a little trim.
I got father son. Me and
Yes.
Wesley, his hair's getting long.
Yeah, he's got the curls.
No curls. He's
No.
blonde and like straight, so it's like almost in his eyes. So mom's harping us to go get a haircut. So I
Gotta
gotta
do it.
trim
Get
it up. If I
shaved.
wasn't on TV, I'd have grow my hair out again. But
Yeah.
I gotta somewhat
Better
look
I thought you were
professional.
letting her go at one point. I thought you.
I had the fro hawk.
Yeah,
there.
I saw it. I loved it.
I love the fro hawk.
Elvie loved it.
Yeah, me
And,
too.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'd probably maybe one more cut and then I'll let it go all summer and
Yeah.
see what happens. So
Grow the heartsy bun back there.
yeah, I like it. How long is yours? Mid back?
Getting there.
Is
Yeah,
it really?
it's past the shoulders. Yeah,
Nice.
for sure.
Nice. I
Haven't
love the
trimmed it in over
rigatoni's
2
hair.
years. Nasty's all over me trying to get me to cut my hair, but
Why?
he wants
Bro.
to
Dad?
Yeah, Dad. Get the frosty tips.
I haven't had frosty tips since I was 25, like 10 years ago.
This guy all
Frosty tips.
over me, all over
Oh,
me.
man.
Doesn't like the bun.
I actually like it because it makes you look like you got short hair.
Okay.
You look a little younger with it,
Thanks,
pull
man.
it back. You
Takes
know
a
what I
real
mean?
man to rock a high bun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Takes a real man to go to bed at 7 o'clock in Nashville on a Friday night.
It was Saturday night.
Saturday
it was
night.
9:30 now, so I was gassed.
You went right after the game, right to bed, or what?
No,
it was-
Sunday was the game.
Yeah, it was the day before the game. Yeah, I was just gassed. These pre-parties and you know how it is. That place is
Some
wild.
people can't
man.
handle life on the road,
No,
Nasty.
they
No,
can't.
Not for everybody.
I'm old, man. I'm 40 now. Heartsy.
And you know-
you are new too, right?
Next month,
Next month.
April 18th. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
You ever see that movie? This is 40.
Natty Ike. Oh, who was in that?
Oh,
Oh, this guy.
have you seen that movie?
Yeah, I
Rich?
have. Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
I'll sign you a copy of it.
Yeah.
not a big deal. Still getting checks
I
in the
forgot
mail.
about that.
Still
I
getting
did.
checks. I
I
know.
did.
I know.
Oh man,
I
royalties.
laugh every time I see it.
$20.
20
Right
bucks.
on.
$20, man.
Well, we appreciate you, Heartsy.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks for
anytime.
coming out, man. This is awesome.
First guest ever, number 68 or /69 if you really want to go to 69.
do a
we can.
two-part series,
We'll do
yeah.
a two-part section.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
No, but I'll let you know on the TOVI. I can't wait to try that bad boy out next week. I'm heading over there. So,
Beauty.
yeah, keep in touch, fellas.
Yeah, man.
Love you guys.
You too.
Be swinging them soon.
We will.
All right. That's when Riles hits 4.
Yeah.
He literally points it to the other fairway to swing. But at least it
draws it
works.
back?
Oh, draws it back heavy. It's more of a fucking.
Banana.
But he
Yo,
figured it.
heavy banana.
We're gonna fix that
We're gonna
because we
fix
got a
it.
lot of golf coming
Yeah,
up
we do.
Chapstick. You ever tried chapstick
on the
No.
on your
never.
driver
on
face?
the driver
Really, eh?
face.
Seriously.
I'll
You
try it
haven't-
out. I need any.
It's illegal, obviously,
Yeah,
but
well.
don't tell anybody. But yeah, put chapstick right
We
on
won't
the
tell
driver's
'em.
face, and then like aim right down the middle. Your same swing, and it just like knuckleballs. Like
Really, eh?
You gotta
that.
try
What?
it.
You've never told me that, Naz.
I didn't want to cheat to win.
Well, I appreciate that little tip.
Yeah.
I'll try it out.
But thanks a lot, Bird Dog.
Yeah.
We appreciate your time. We know
appreciate
you're
that.
busy,
Thanks,
man. You're
Big
doing a
Rig.
great job. NHL Network, NBC. You're the man.
Yeah.
Fans' number one choice right here, Scott Hartnell.
What a beauty. Scott Hartnell, big thanks. Hopping on.
Yes.
Nice to reconnect with him.
First guest we ever had.
I know. Started us off strong.
Started us off, and he is back for number 68.
Oh, yeah.
But part two.
Part two. You gotta have a Heartsy 2.0.
Yes, we had to.
He's in our neck of the woods, and he's doing some cool stuff in the hockey world, and it was nice to see him.
Yeah, he's a busy man. Get the kids running around.
Oh, yeah.
You know, NBC, like we said, NHL Network. He does a great job. I wish he still had that mullet he had going though.
I
That
know.
was
It's
kinda
some
cool.
serious flow.
You should just do a mullet with that that flow.
I should.
Oh, the man bun.
Remember when Heartsy straightened his hair and came on that, that
You
trip
have
with like
a picture
Axl
that
Rose?
I wish we could.
We got to find it. He had that shirt, D's nuts.
Yes, and
We'll find it, man.
the funniest thing is this is how bad it fooled me because I didn't know he had done it. He had flattened that. Girls, you know what we're talking about, but he has the curly hair, and it was long.
Oh, it was
too.
long. It was past his
He
shoulders.
straightened it. It was so long after he straightened it, and I remember looking out the window of the plane. I was already on the plane, and he was walking up, I didn't know it was him.
I remember that. Yeah.
I honestly didn't know. I'm like, who is that? Like, I thought it was someone with Comcast coming on the trip, and he gets on the plane. I'm like, oh my god! But we have to find a picture.
Oh yeah, it was
I
classic.
think he probably has
Oh,
one
I'm sure.
of himself. But
He looked like Axl Rose, honestly.
he did. But we appreciate his time because he's a busy man. Plus, he had to get his hair cut.
Oh yeah, gotta trim that up.
Yeah, trim it
Look
up.
good for TV.
You should have gone with him and Wesley.
Oh no, I'm keeping this.
Trim
Got
the
another couple
beards.
years left.
Trim the beards of you and Baller. We're
Yeah.
gonna take her down for the summer, boys.
No chance.
Me and Debo are going nice. Tight.
You going frosty tips
Tight.
this summer?
Not frost, but Debo's gonna frosty it up.
Think so?
I'm not. Yeah, I think we get him too. A little sun in there. That shit might turn orange. You got dark hair.
I think you got some frosty tips.
I don't
left
have.
in
You
there.
know, I don't have frosty tips.
I think you should rock them though. Again,
Gray tips, not frosty ones.
little silverback.
Yeah, for sure. It's coming. It's coming, boys. All right, Riggs, that's a wrap for episode 68.
Yeah.
Again, thanks to Scott Hartnell, the bird dog, our main man, for joining us. And, guys, if you watch us on YouTube, please like and subscribe. When you do that,
And please give us 5-star review wherever you're listening to your podcast. We really appreciate that. Helps us out. And that's a wrap.
that is a wrap. Thank you,
Episode
guys.
68 in the books. Make sure you tune in next week, episode 69. Until then, stay safe, knuckleheads.
See you, knuckleheads.